Good. It helps if I unmute myself. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to our Sunday, September 18th hangout. I don't have too much to share this morning, but one of the things that we wanted to talk about was the Max can't be on this morning, but the bod group that we have going for the lift and heal one. So when you go in, what we're hoping is that everyone can start like in the actual bod group commenting on people's stuff, because especially if you have people in there, right now her and I are the only one commenting on people's posts, and I know it's hard, like you don't always see them, you miss them. I think you can like filter some of the posts too, so you can see different ones, but just to like, if you could, I knew Margot's Wi-Fi was going weird because she was kept freezing. If you could just try to spend a few minutes every day, especially if you have people in that bod group, giving them some love. Margot, I was just sharing, I don't know, your Wi-Fi, you keep freezing on me. So I don't know if there's any point in re-saying it. Okay. She looks totally frozen to me. So, and then coming, recording. Right? Yeah. And then it'll like move, and then she'll freeze again. And then it'll move. And then
she looks really impressed right now.
Pardon me?
She looks really impressed right now. Her frozen face is like this.
I know. She's gonna be so happy with the recording. Right?
All about the lift and heal. So I'm gonna have to look to see if I'm even on there.
Yeah, so it would be the one that looks like with the Joel picture.
Yeah. I think I actually got all about it.
Participants. I can see if you're there. No, I don't see you in it. J. I have to do the alphabet. JK.
I always have to do that. Hey, just very quickly.
Baker.
Pardon me?
That used to be so much easier when I was a baker.
Yeah.
It was my last name, and now it's just like an alphabet soup.
Alphabet soup. Who's in there? Margot's in there. I don't see Tanya's not in there. MJ, you're in there.
Yeah, and I do have a few people in there, and I will spend more time in
there. Ashley's
hey,
not.
Tanya, I just want to tell you quickly, we know somebody in common. I had somebody here yesterday or 2 days ago doing her hair, Cindy, but I don't know her last name. Cindy, she lives here. You stayed with her when all your flooding and stuff happened.
Yes, that's my mom. That's my mom. Oh, sorry. That's my mom's sister-in-law.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
She
that's
was
my
just here on
stepdad's
Wednesday.
Sister.
Isn't it funny?
That is hilarious. Yes, she's amazing.
And I just want to tell you, she said to me, sorry, girls, for just 1 sec. She just said to me how inspiring you are, how she is just blown away by how well you've done. And so sometimes you don't hear those things. So I thought I would pass that on to you. She is so impressed and so proud of you.
Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. Okay.
Such a small world.
I have a question for you. Do you, like, when you guys talk to people about weightlifting, do you get a lot of like, I don't want to gain weight?
Yes.
I don't want to bulk up?
Yes.
You?
I get a lot of people wanting to say, I want to be leaner, trimmer. I want to tone up, but not like, not the whole muscle thing, right? Like they just don't like want to hear that.
It's funny because you can't have one without the other.
Well, I'm curious. I was curious because I want to see if I have, I know I took like I wonder if it's somewhere else. Let me find it. Because I did take my measurements before I went, but I went to weigh myself and I'm down like, I think 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I'm not doing gut protocol right now. Like I kind of following it, but not like to
you're still eating healthy. You're following.
Well, yeah, I'm not doing
plan, but
I don't do a ton of dairy. I'm not doing gluten. So it's just interesting because I was not expecting that. Margot's Wi-Fi is really struggling today.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't I don't know. I always find that people they want to be healthier, but they just don't want to bulk up. So they hear weightlifting, and some people actually run for the other direction,
Yeah.
which is
So
weird because even with the 4 weeks for everybody, we lift weights or we hold weights, but it's still low impact, right? So it's not even like, I don't know.
The lack of understanding, and they see the picture of Joel and they probably just get intimidated.
right.
If you don't have an
Yeah.
understanding of exercise and the way weights work and light weights and how they work, people will shy away from it every time. They just don't understand it.
Yeah. And I think something to remember too is like way back when I started weightlifting, or when you think about people who are wanting to weightlift for size, it's in the reps, right? Like we're doing 12 reps, you guys, of everything, right? That's super high reps. If you want to build, you're doing 6, right? So I think you're right, Karen, that it's a misunderstanding of what weightlifting is. And maybe, you're thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger and the past of weightlifting, right? And when I love that visual that it's been around, and maybe that's a good thing to pull out again, is the visual of 5 pounds of fat and 5 pounds of muscle and what that looks like, and how much less space the muscle takes, right? And obviously your body's going to look better. I've only done this now 2 weeks. I mean, I did 3 weeks, I stopped for a while, and then I'm back, and I'm noticing changes already. I'm 54. I've lost 2.5 pounds in 2 weeks, and I feel great. There's no bulking happening here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, yeah.
Like definite changes.
I've just noticed you guys are toned up. Like I don't see you guys like bulking up like, those bodybuilders or anything like that, but I do see you guys are toned. Like
if we're going heavy and doing 6 reps, then you're going to maybe build some size, but that's not what we're doing here. Right.
Yeah, it was just interesting. So Margot, I don't know. I know your Wi-Fi was not cooperating. We're just talking about like how a lot of people have that like preconceived idea that if you are weightlifting, you're going to bulk up. And I was curious if like that's a conversation that has been coming up with people that you're talking to about the program.
Sorry, yeah, I just got a new iPad. Yay! But I was having struggles, so you're all on my phone now, so I can just see you in a little teeny weeny box. Lift more. I really haven't, because I am being careful, probably too cautious, but when I talk to people, I say, I'm more focusing on gut nutrition. And then I say, we have a few different programs you can get involved in. And one of them that I'm doing right now is called Lift More. It's a little bit more intense, but as I get older, I know that I need to keep my muscles strong, stay away from osteoporosis and all, like build bone density and stuff like that. So I started talking about me and hope that will resonate with them. But I focus more on nutrition, and I'm trying to focus on that moving forward. But the fall is coming, and we have to work out. We're going to have to all work out inside as opposed to outside. So I focus on the season too. I don't really want to focus on a specific. I might tell them what I'm doing, as I say, but if you focus on a specific workout, we have so many. So I think the nutrition is key, and then whatever workout they want to do with that once I find out what their issues are.
And when you get those questions about bulking, you let them know, like, if you're doing between 5 and 8 reps and between 3 to 5 sets, you're working on gaining your strength and gaining size. But if you're doing like your 3 to 4 sets and your 12 to 15 reps, you're still building muscle, but you're leaning out. So we just need to discuss it. Don't get intimidated by the picture. These are things, strength in women it's like, I don't know.
I think Max was saying the percentage of women that are able to do that, like to bulk up like that, is like 2% or something. Like it's so small.
Yeah, we don't have the testosterone needed for it, right? And that's why the women that we do see that do that, well, they're they're taking stuff, right?
Yeah. You're seeing them, their beard?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Right. I see you were seeing their beard. Yeah. So Margo, I was saying that because like I'm down about 5 pounds, MJ's down 2.5 pounds, and like I'm not really following. I'm kind of following gut protocol, but not really. So just interesting, right? So I need to get my pictures
lost
done.
a little bit. I lost a little bit. I haven't done photos, but this is my birthday weekend, so I'm allowing
Is it your
myself
birthday
a
today?
beverage tomorrow.
Aww.
Tomorrow. It's a national holiday. I decided, you know, when I was born, I thought, you know what?
You
When I
always
turned
knew that,
50
didn't you? That your birthday was a
yeah,
holiday.
It took a while.
58,
And happy birthday
58 years.
funeral.
But
Right?
finally they shut up, Karn. It's about my birthday. It's not about the Queen.
They finally got their shit together.
Finally.
It
You
only
know,
took how many years?
I don't know how many letters I sent in. Come on.
This is a
Hello.
national holiday. Come on.
Hello.
Margo's birthday.
Exactly. Now it
Yeah.
falls on a Monday. It's perfect timing. Anyway, so you know what could be good for a lot of us, because I think it was really good for you, Tamara, and I don't want to put this all on you to do. I mean, maybe I can do it now. I've got my iPad. That image that you and Max did of the pink with you guys on the side and lift more and blah, blah, blah. Forget about showing Joel. Like, we have to show us. I've got a photo of Karin and I know I have lots of MJ and I, and MJ, you've got your own. Barbara, I've got some photos of Barbara. I know we've all got sort of our own images. I don't care what size you are, what stage you're at, it doesn't matter. If we could maybe help the people that don't know how to use Canva or whatever, and just get them to throw me, I'll try and do it, or you or somebody, a photo, sort of almost copy and paste, if you don't mind, your wording on the side, and get the image of of us in the other side, and use that as their promotional piece.
Yeah, I don't mind helping people make the photo, because for me, like working in Canva, it's so fast now, right? So this is the photo that Margo's referencing that I did for Max and I for the lift and heel. And it's super easy for me I can send you the template, like I can send it to you as a template. So literally you just swap out the picture with something. Or I can actually like kind of tweak it for you.
Can you send me the template and I'll try and I've got a good photo of Karin and I. I've got some ones of Barbara and I.
For sure.
I mean, the thing is, I'm in these things. It doesn't have to be me. Like, if you guys have an individual photo of you guys, put that in there. But I'm just trying to help with some promotions that we can do, so that we can show that we are branding ourselves.
Yeah.
Not necessarily we do what Joel is doing, but we are the brand ourselves, and we are the professionals, and we will help the people.
Yeah.
That's why I've got a national holiday.
That's right. We will help the people, Margo. Who is okay, what's the guy's name that's in blah, 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 blah. Oh geez. Jason, the Apple TV series. He was the football coach and he goes to England.
Jason Sudeikis.
Sudeikis
or something.
Yeah. Have you heard like all the people saying how much Joel sounds like him?
Oh no.
Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm like, all my new people are like, my husband thinks that he sounds like this. And my husband thinks that it's so funny. So there's like all this convo in the bod group about him sounding like Jason Sudeikis or however you say it. So it's pretty funny. So, and at the beginning, Margo, what I had asked was, Max and I are asking all of you that have people in the Lift and Heal bod group to spend some time every day commenting on posts, not just liking them, actually commenting on people's stuff, because that's how we get engagement up. So it doesn't have to be like you're there for an hour doing it, but even like 10 to 15, if you have 10 minutes where you're just sitting there just to like throw some love on people and not just like a heart on their stuff, would be awesome. Okay, so I am now going to dive into something. Can I move on? Does anyone have anything? So we had I'm being blinded by we had some pretty, Margo, Max, and I had some pretty vulnerable conversation this past week on just kind of how we're feeling, right? And I'm going to use myself as an example here, because there's many times when I go to hop on to these calls on a Sunday morning and I think, crap, I don't have anything to say, or crap, how am I a leader? So I think it is so easy to get to a place of like, I don't know if it's like beating yourself up, but just like getting to this place of like accepting our value and what we have to offer. I will in January have been coaching for 8 years, and I'm not a 2-star, right? Like that's the goal, is to get to 2-star. And some people get there in 6 months, and some people get there in 8 years, right? And so I could very much look at that and be like, well, I'm a shitty leader because I didn't get to 2-star. So how am I going to lead someone else to get to 2-star if I haven't done it yet? And what value do I have to bring to you, who all join me on a Sunday morning for this hangout, if I'm not at that goal yet? And I think for me, what I do, because I go there for sure, I go there where sometimes I'm like, shit, I don't have anything to talk about on the hangout today. Like, I don't know what value I'm going to offer them, or how I'm going to like light a fire under their butt, or you know what I mean? And so I think it's really easy to go there. What I keep going back to though is like why I'm doing this. And I'm doing this because I know how much it's changed my life. So I know it can help other people change their own lives. And yeah, I'm going to get to 2-star eventually. And yeah, I'm going to get to 5-star eventually. And yeah, I'm going to get to superstar eventually. And there is no timeline for that, for sure. I think it's just about like modeling what we do every day to help ourselves, but then also help other people with this. Right. So when I'm feeling super down on myself because I'm not at my goal, I'm not at 2-star, somebody quits, and I start like, oh, why am I doing this? It's looking at that long-term vision of what this is bringing to my life, and my dad, I was sitting with we went and saw my parents yesterday out at their trailer, and my dad was teasing me about getting another job. And I was like, what? I work full-time. I teach like as a teacher. I have coaching and I have Zumba. And he's like, oh, that's not a real job. And I was like, Dad, do you know how much coaching brings in for me financially? And he was like, how much? And I was like, on average, probably about $800 a week. And his jaw just dropped because he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like that's what I'm doing, is like, this is going to be my retirement fund. And so it's about that, just holding on to that long-term vision so that negative itty bitty bitchy committee doesn't come. There is no timeline for you, and when I think about myself and like when I started this with Clarissa. She very much had a vision of what she wanted for her life. And I really didn't. And so mine just kind of like went with hers, but it was never my vision. And it wasn't until the national wake-up call like a month ago, the one that I mentioned on here, where the girl was talking about working full-time and loving her full-time job and loving doing this, that I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like, I don't want to quit teaching. I don't. I love my job. I love it. I go to work every day and I have so much fun with those little turds. Like so much fun dancing and laughing and they're learning, and they leave. And then I get these messages from parents like, you have no idea how much you helped my kid prepare for high school, and how they found this transition so easy. And, like, I don't want to give that up.
It's part of who you are, right? Just like coaching is part of who you are. And that's why there is no quit in it, right? Yeah. And I think what you must have got from that call is the permission that you can do both.
I can do both.
Yes.
And so what if it takes me longer to get to 2-star?
Yeah.
So what if it
matter.
takes me, it doesn't mean that I'm a crappy leader and that I'm, have I done the bat in the last 2 weeks? Nope. I have not. Have I had time? Nope. I have not. And yet it's just so easy to like get on ourselves, because we want to be like leaders for you. We want to be there for like the people that are, directly under me. I've got Debbie, I've got Ashley, I've got Margot, Cindy. the people that are directly under, I want to be that leader for them. And so it's easy for me to be like, oh shit, like I'm not at my goal. So how do I then help Ashley get to her goal? Well, I'm at a goal. I've reached, like, I'm 1 star, I'm solid, I'm making a significant amount of money every week. And I can help someone do that just by following what I'm doing, even though I'm not necessarily at a rank that I want to be at, if that makes sense. So I think it's really like, yeah, find what is your why. And that was such an empowering call for me to be like, holy shit, I don't have to give up my stuff and I'm good. And I think I was feeling torn too about my Zumba kids, because I was like, you know, do I want to go back to that? And honestly, I don't really, because it's so physically demanding. You know, it's not the same connections. I can still do my Zumba at school with the students that I have and the students at my school, and love what I do without having to go around to different schools. And so it's like finding out where you're at, and then I can talk about that more freely. I'm second guessing my grammar right now. Teacher Tamara.
They do say that we are our biggest critics.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we're always harder on ourselves than, you know, we should be.
Yeah.
But you've nailed it on the head. I mean, we have to love what we do, right? So whether that means having 4 jobs that we love or 1 job that we love.
Yeah.
It's who we are. It makes us who we are, right? And, you know, we shouldn't be that hard on ourselves, even though I don't think it'll ever change though.
Well, I think that it's the reminders, right? So like this past week, I did most of my like little mini dance parties in the morning were about giving yourself grace, because we will give others grace, but do we then turn around and give it to ourselves? You know?
And who cares what the rest of the world thinks? I have no moves, but I just like to get up and do it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Why?
And then, like even the dance parties, I
Yeah.
put in my story one day, I was like, I don't know if you guys watch this and maybe you're annoyed by it, blah, blah, blah. I got like 7 messages that morning. They're like, I pause it and like read all your words. And I was like, okay. So for 7 people, I'm making a difference in the morning, and that's what matters. Right.
And that's
it's
just
usually
it.
something I need to hear that I'm writing. So
yeah, it's good to get that validation sometimes, that little minute that I've started doing. And I'm not, you know, I'm not doing it every single day, but I try to do it often enough. And I was talking to my best girlfriend there in Calgary last week, and some of you know that there's some hard times going on over there.
yeah.
And at the end of our conversation, she said to me, by the way, I love your minute, right? And I went, you do? You're watching it? And she says, I do. I love it. I've cried with you. I've laughed with you. And she says, it makes me feel closer to you. So I'm like, man, if there's no other reason to do it, I'm going to keep doing it just for that.
Yeah.
And the truth is, there's more than just her probably feeling the same way. I just don't know. We don't know, right? Who's on the other end. And that's probably a good thing, because eventually some of them will trickle through and reach out, and some of them will keep watching, and then some of them will, you know, reach out. So that's the time, you know, that's the time and the consistency that it takes. I've been at this for a long time too, Tamara.
Yeah.
7 years. You know, I hit diamond this year with a huge, you know, kudos to Max for helping me. So there is no timeline, you guys, and there is no, you know, failing. As long as you keep trying, you're winning.
Yeah, exactly. And as long as you're putting in the effort every day, you're winning. And, you know, you're showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for yourself. You're doing this for you. You're not doing it to impress so-and-so down the street. You're doing this to help yourself feel better every day, to stay healthy.
And when you hear those little tidbits, and trust me, all of you on here have people watching you that are feeling like that. I promise you. We just don't know. And that's why you have to just keep going and keep doing it, even when you think, why am I doing this, right? Like, I'm not where I wanted to be, or I'm not where I thought I should be, and same with our physical self. You know, on the journey, you don't have to be at your goal. It's better if you're not, almost, right? Because you have people who are like, hey, that's awesome. I can do this too, because I look like that, or I feel like that, or I don't want to, you know, feel like this anymore, just like her, or whatever, right? So it is, you know, it's kind of it's an interesting journey, right?
The
to
biggest
see who's
question
going to
is,
pop out.
It forces
Because-
us to really
Yeah.
grow ourselves, right?
Mhm.
And to really like dive deep and look at like, that imposter syndrome is huge.
Mhm.
oh yes.
I'm getting
Oh,
shouted
yes.
out by Angie Belmer, who is like freaking #1 in the company. And I'm like, why me? And it's just so interesting
Mhm.
to kind of sit in the discomfort of like, why not you?
Mhm.
And what do you want from this? Like how much do you want to make a week? How many people do you want to help a month? Instead of looking at it in terms of like 2-star, 5-star, like those sorts of things, like what realistically
Think
do
of it
you
in
want?
real people.
Yeah. How much money do you want to make a week in your account? And then how many people a month would you like to help? Like get back to that, so that you can then help those people and move forward with it in a way that works for you, instead of I need to be emerald, I need to be diamond, I need to be 2-star, I need to be, right? Yeah.
I like that.
I think what you're saying makes sense too, because I don't know why the flippin' rank is in our heads more so than the amount of cashola we're making. Like it's like if you're averaging $800 a week, and I just got paid probably, I think it was close, it was like 190 something American, but that was none of my people. It was other people that have been put on my team, because I really didn't do much. I sort of was belly aching to Tamara and Max. That's one of the reasons she's bringing it up, I'm sure, about, negative feedback that I was getting, and it put me down, and I was depressed and everything. And then all of a sudden I look at my paycheck and it's close to $200 American, and it's all people I don't know. Like it's all people that have been given to me. And the weekend before, I think I made $386 American, which ends up being like $420 or something like that. So I'm, if we look at the amount of money that we can make with this, instead of the rank, maybe, because I'm not saying whatever we're supposed to say, money, blah, 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 whatever, but we're still all making something, whether it's $50, but you're still making some money. The rank part is something that we probably just keep going. And as Tamara said, have a financial goal, and reverse engineer it and forget about the ranks. just do it like if you owned any kind of other franchise, you would be looking at the cash, not the Tim Hortons doesn't get ranks. Like, you look at the income that you're getting. So treat it like an income business. And in my opinion, and then also with the, focusing on the negative, which I definitely have been doing over the past 2 weeks. We are all here to help each other. And I mentioned this to Karen over the course of the week. I said, maybe we should have a 2-minute talk, or a 2-minute, like almost every day. Where I work, there's a meeting in the RFP room. There's a weekly rocks meeting, like different rocks. It's almost like a reverse engineering where you want to be and how you get there type of thing. I'm not saying a big meeting, but they meet all the time. So if we're trying to sort of build this as a side gig, we need to be a little bit more serious. And if we get down on ourselves, we need to have a 2-minute talk with Karen, or a 2-minute talk with Tamara, or a 2-minute talk with Ashley, or MJ, anybody, Barbara, like anybody who we can suck their good energy and get the bad stuff out.
Well, and I think that's where this is such an amazing team, because like I didn't take your messages as bellyache, Margot. It's very much how you were feeling. It's very real. And it comes from a place of like wanting to be a great mentor, and wanting to be a great coach, and wanting to help as many people as you can. That's a really good thing. Like those are all really good things combined together. And we're all going to end up in places where we are doubting ourselves and feeling that. And I think if instead of going through those like self-doubt things alone, reach out, put it in the freshman free to be chat. Anyone up for like a 2-minute like pep talk right now? There's a Zoom link on the freshman free to be, my Zoom link, that I think it says like workout one. you guys can hop on there anytime you want to just share, other than Thursdays at 6. Right? Like, even if I'm not on it, it's open. Anyone can go on, have a 2-minute like talk to just pull your spirits up, or like, not, because I feel like there's a big difference between complaining and just like sharing. You know, you were not complaining. You were not messaging me to complain about this and that and this and that, and hoping that I would jump into the complaint and help feed the complaint. That's not where you were coming from. You were coming from a place of feeling down and needing somebody there to like help boost you back up again. They're very different things, right? So as long as we're not using it as a like complaining place, and we're using it to like build each other up, and maybe somebody's like, oh, this was really working for me today, so maybe try this. Or, you know, this book really helped me and hopefully it helps you, or this podcast episode that I listened to. So I feel like that's where we need to lean on each other, because it is a lonely thing. Like, you're doing this at home by yourself. Like, you're not doing it with anybody, and your family is probably like my dad, right? What do you mean you're making that much money? Yeah, Dad, because I work freaking hard, and no, I'm not getting another job. Well, you have 2 months in the summer that you could get. And I was like, no, I'm going to come over there and smack you. That's what I'm going to do. So yeah. And Bree's looking at me like, you don't need another job. It's okay. You don't need to. Like, yeah, right. So yeah, use that to build each other up, right? Because I think we all can feel that. And like, I think there's a really human element to me saying right now to Debbie and Ashley and Margot and Cindy, like, I do feel vulnerable, and sometimes I do feel like I'm not a great leader. And I'm sure that you feel the same with the people that you've brought in. You know what I mean? So we're human. It happens. So then how do we rally and help each other kind of get out of those?
The biggest thing I feel, as long as you're real with people, they'll be real with you too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I had a very struggling week this week with my daughter. Like, it's just been one of those weeks, right? Like, getting back into the school routine and back into her cheer routine and all of that, and then struggling with her ADHD and everything. Like, it's just been a gong show of a week, right? But
Yeah.
you know, I've been real with everybody about it, right? Like, but I mean, I've had so many people message me saying, you're doing a great job. Just, you know, don't worry, right? You're human.
For sure. We all are.
It's just hard. I think as parents, as moms, as women, we just feel like if we become the weaker link, right? And, you know,
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
it's
we're
easy
not.
to let the negative
It
feelings
is.
take over, for sure.
Yeah.
And then it almost becomes paralyzing. But that's why I feel like use a Zoom link, use a hop on WhatsApp.
It's nice to have you guys, because you guys are just like a great support system regardless. Even if it's not about fitness at this point, or just business, or nutrition, it's just nice to know that you have the support of this team, right? Regardless of who brought you in and whatnot, right? Or who you're bringing in. We're all there for each other. We're like one big family.
For sure. 100%. Margot, was there any more that you wanted to like? Do we want to work on some strategy? Like, do you want to? Are you hypnotizing us with your fingers? I can't hear you.
She's struggling with that Wi-Fi today.
She can't see your phone.
That's a beautiful picture.
Put your glasses on, old lady.
So are you
muted? We cannot hear you.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
You can't hear me? Hello? No?
What is happening?
Nope.
I don't know what's happening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Karn.
Okay. So my cousin does, she does advertising for really, really large companies and has some really amazing clients that are very, very well known in the movie careers and stuff like that. So I messaged her this week and I asked her, how do I reach my audience so that I can grow my business online? And what she said to me was really important that if you are hashtagging on Facebook, she says use no more than 3 hashtags. She said if you're hashtagging on Instagram, use as many as you want. And then she sent me a link to Beachbody, which with all the hashtags that are utilized the most. She also said it's really important to change up your hashtags all the time with each post. Don't always do the same to grow your audience. And if you're using Instagram and then you comment on yourself, you can use as many hashtags in your comments as you want, and that just grabs more viewers. So I'm going to try some of that and see if that helps me increase my viewer reach. I did it this morning and I've already got a bunch of people messaging, even if it's still like weird people wanting me to buy their stuff. I know that I'm already reaching out, like I'm expanding my network. And at some point, I'll get the right person reaching me. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. And on my TikTok, I just got a message from a colleague in Ottawa who is now watching me. And he was like, yeah, you're like my number one person I watch every day. And I'm like, oh, so I've now expanded my reach all the way to Ottawa. So even if I still haven't signed anybody up this week, I'm building on my platform and all that is going to come. So don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
It'll get there.
It will. Margot, did you figure it out?
Yes,
Hey.
I
It's your birthday.
Hey, it's your birthday.
did. It's a national holiday. No, yeah, I'm on my phone, and so I see all of your beautiful faces. But then I couldn't get the image of the little microphone to come up, and then you just saw me, and then you saw me again. So, ladies, this is a prime example of the fact that you could be technology challenged and still build a fitness business. And still make an income. I sort of have been, I know for Barbara, myself, Karn, and poor Karn, I keep saying, okay, Karn, Instagram Reels. So we're doing Instagram Reels. Okay, Karn, TikTok, we got to do TikTok. And I'm not trying to overwhelm, and same with Barbara, you got to post every day. But it is, if we are all trying to build this personally, I think as a business, we need to show what the hell we're doing. And I think Barbara, if you don't mind me saying, but was concerned about what do I post every day, which I think is something we all worry about. And we don't want to post pictures of ourselves all the time. We don't really look like selfie. I do it all the time, but we don't want to look like it's me. You don't want to do that. But if you do post, like we were talking about Motivation Mondays, and I know that there's a calendar that Christina puts into the Empower Squad Coach Hub, which sort of gives you ideas for the month. So it takes the brain work out. And even if it's quote on Monday, quote on Tuesday, quote on Wednesday, it doesn't matter, but you're sort of saying quit quitting, be stronger than your excuses, blah, 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 whatever. But you are showing that you are doing something for yourself. Something's going on. Something's going on in Barbara's world, because you've gone from posting photos of your cat to all of a sudden saying, stay strong, be healthy, you only live once, blah, blah, blah. But you're showing that you're actually focusing on you. And then other people hopefully will start following and doing what you're doing. So we do have to get ourselves out there.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. In an easy way.
We do.
And having this group, as Tamara said, to lean on. And as she said in the freshman chat, I think that's a great idea, Tamara.
Yeah.
Anyone
you
have
don't have to
2
write
minutes
anything. You don't have to write anything negative. Like, just be like, I'm struggling, could use a little 2-minute talk. Anyone up to hop onto Zoom for a couple minutes? And it might not happen right at that time, but at least it gives me, if I read that and I know that I'm, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon for me. I'll hop on with you at 3 when I'm done school. Like I can say
Yeah.
I'll hop on at 3.
Yeah.
But if we don't
that's, I
that
know.
someone needs that, then we can't make it happen. Right. So
that's exactly it, because it was a negative message that I received from somebody that just took me from here to here. So
yeah.
I needed a vent. I needed a vent, and
Yeah.
just
And we're that
so we
safe
know
place.
we're all here.
Who
Yeah.
was negative? Give him a ticket.
I forgot we have Karn in our back pocket here. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. She's gonna whoop some ass, hey?
Right.
That's funny.
Open a can of whoop ass. Okay, I want a
we
picture
have
before people have to sign off. So show me those pearly whites, everybody. Okay, hopefully one of them worked.
I have a quick question. So I remember Christina posted in one of the chats the like Empower Squad like templates that we can use. You know, if we use someone's picture and it has like the name at the bottom or top of whatever we want to put, you know, with the picture. Do we have any for like the Fit Club? Like kind of templates? Because I was kind of want to play around with doing a thing where any people add to the group, you know, I'm kind of like
Okay,
doing
so
like a
hold
welcome.
on one sec. Hold that thought and let me show you if this is what you're looking for. Okay, so like something like that.
Well, yeah, like kind of like the theme of that, where I know we had some in our coach group of like, you know, welcome new coach, whoever, or
Yeah, well, this is like Fit Club welcome, right? Welcome to the club. Is ready for
oh, okay.
right? Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I can share that in the chat. So I
Okay,
have two
or like,
templates I need to share. I need to share that one and then the pink one of Maxima.
okay,
Okay.
awesome.
All right. Anyone else before we sign off for this morning? Thanks for the heart to heart today, ladies. I think it was really, and this is the time of year where it's slower, right? People get comfortable in their sweatpants and their cozy sweaters. And so it does slow down for sure. And you just got to keep at it, keep asking, keep talking to people, keep following up with people. If you have people in that Tasty Teaser group, you keep following up with them, you direct them to the videos in there, you know, doesn't matter if you followed up 1,000 times. I will follow up until they join or they block me. There you go. Right? So
question, not a question, but a comment. Sorry. Well, you're a teacher. I was standing here forever like this. Anyway,
she called herself a teacher. Did she not see that my hand was up?
I know. What does this mean? Another thing, ladies, for those who have the bike, even if you don't have the bike, I think we should all be promoting that bike. People who have bikes and bike outside, Karn knows the weather is turning. So they're going to need to work out in-house, in-home. And now the pricing has come down for Bod and Body. It's $215 Canadian. So if you divide 215 or 219, but anyways, divided it by 7 months, no, by 12. And then add the 4 and carry the 3. No, but if you divide it by 12, it ends up being $17.
Is it because people are only going to work out for 7 months out of the year? So
I don't know.
We just do 7 months.
My conversion table wasn't working.
And this is why I'm the teacher. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. So it's like less than $20 a month is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
20,
Exactly.
$18 a month, something like that.
Yeah, $18 a month. $18 a month for all the bod workouts, all the body workouts. They have to have the bike, of course, but it's super cheap, like incredibly cheap.
It's like,
so
hashtag
it's nuts. Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to end with that because I think sometimes we focus on the cheapest possible thing. Oh, please get in with the $179. And here's a coupon, and let me purchase it for you. I'll pay the extra $15. I've done that, and yet we're devaluing what we have, and we need to. For those of you who have the bike, get on the frickin' bike. Selfie, picture, sweaty, age. Like, tell people how old you are, what you're doing, how you're staying in shape, how it's good for the knees, good for the hips, good for the cardiovascular, like all that stuff. Then if you don't have the bike, put an image of the bike on there, but show, you doing weights and stuff. Like I was listening to an ad for Orange Theory yesterday or the day before or whatever. And they said
They are so expensive.
I know. And they said it's the best 1 hour workout in the world. And I thought, is this Elf? Is this to show Elf where, you have the best cup of coffee in the world?
Yeah,
like,
right?
They're not the best in the freaking world. Like,
No.
It's crazy. So anyway, we have bikes, we have weights, we have flexibility, we have everything, and we have nutrition, and we have us. So get out there, ladies. Tell the world.
Go, especially on Margot's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
National holiday.
She gave us a
Welcome.
holiday. Thanks for the
Go,
holiday,
Debbie,
Margot.
go. Debbie wants to say something.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Debbie, I'm talking. No, I'm just
Jesus, Margot. God's sake.
Sorry. About the bike. Does anybody know who has the bike? Is the bike linked to, like, can I run a class on my laptop and do the workout on the Peloton, or does it interact? Does anyone know that?
Well, you can use your Peloton, but you would have to use a different display.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I was to pull it up on my laptop and have my laptop beside the Peloton, can I still do the Beachbody workout on? Because I know you can run the Peloton, like, just ride, and then you're not interactive with their screen. Yeah. So it's not 100%. Like the workout's not like talking to the bike, right? No. Like with Peloton, they can see if you're putting in your effort or if you can go harder and stuff like that for the teachers. But that doesn't happen with Beachbody, right?
No.
In their you can get on their live classes and get invited to participate, like, live with them.
Yeah. If you sign up for the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
pretty darn
good. Go for it.
Yeah, like I'd ultimately like to be like, may have the Peloton, but I'm doing the Beachbody workouts, and eventually, if I can make enough money, switch my bike out. But I'm kind of stuck with the Peloton right now.
That's right. So just use what you got, right?
Exactly.
So, can I ask you, Debbie, then you've got a Peloton?
Yeah.
How much is it a month for the workouts on Peloton?
So when I got it, which was right in the middle of the pandemic, it was $50 a month, and now they just upped it, and I'm almost paying $70 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's insane.
So wait.
And the bike, I got the bike plus, and the bike when I bought it, and I was really upset because Beachbody came out like literally 8 months after I received my bike. The bike cost me almost $4,000. And that's why I can't just throw it away and get a Beachbody bike. I need to make enough money to legitimately be like, okay, I've made enough money from Beachbody that I can get a bike now.
Can you sell it?
I'm so upset. I have no idea. I was so upset when Beachbody came out with their bike, and my bike was delayed in getting to me by almost 6 months when I ordered it. And then they did like bring it and it was all put together and they put it right where I wanted it and they plugged it in the wall and went, here you go, it works. But
wow.
yeah, I spent almost $4,000 on this bike and I'm paying almost $60 a month for my membership.
That's insane.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh my
stop.
God,
I don't want it anymore, but I don't have enough money to get a Beachbody.
No. Can you cancel your Peloton workouts, or are you locked in?
No, I can cancel the $60 a month. That's why I'm wondering, like, can I do the Beachbody ones on the Peloton bike? And then hopefully eventually I will switch out to the Beachbody bike because it's much cheaper anyways, and I'd like to advertise having it.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
So you have so you would pay if you did an annual, you'd pay $219 Canadian, which basically, as far as your Peloton expense goes, it would level off after 3 months, right? Or 3.5 months or something like that. So I highly personally, I would say stop paying that, and yes, you get a laptop or an iPad or something that you put right in front of the screen and get your body workouts and do it on the Peloton. And I just wanted to say, sorry, one more thing, and if you guys have to sign off, but I just wanted to tell you my bike had an issue about 2 weeks ago where it was making a clunking sound. I called into Beachbody Mix. They had an email to me I hung up the phone and it was there within an hour saying, okay, we're on it. We've let the people know. Then it went to the people who were sending me the part. The part was coming. It stopped at the customs because apparently whoever put the word sale instead of warranty, they were supposed to put the word warranty and then it would have been free. But customs was looking for money from me, blah, blah, blah. I was very patient. I called back again. All I'm saying is they were so on top of it. It was unbelievable. And at the end of the day, I did have to pay for customs, which was $23. And I got a call from Beachbody saying they're going to put $75, I don't know whether it's American or Canadian, into my account for my pain and suffering or my problem. So I'm going to make an extra $50 on this shipment. The guy came in. TJ offered him a coffee because he was super nice. His name was Roland. They got along really well, and he fixed the bike and it's perfect now. So I just want to say that the kudos, because I was concerned about if I have a customer who has an issue, what they might go through, but this is what I went through. So I just wanted to share it with you so that you understand that you do have to be on top of it, but it was perfect. And even the glitch was fixed. So that's all I had to say.
Right.
Rock stars. All right, I gotta go. On that note, I need to go and ride my bike.
Yeah, I need to go.
I start my ride, and so happy Sunday.
Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.